Hi, I am back with another video. In this video, I would be telling you about how to create MS flows with parallel branch approvals. So in real-time scenario, we have a practical scenario where we want parallel branch approval flows instead of a single branch approval. For example, if an employee wants to submit a leave request, that leave request has to route to 3 different departments. First it gets approved with the manager, and then in parallel it should get approved with the HR manager, and as well as it has to be approved with accounts. So the final outcome has to be captured so that the decision can be made whether the leave request is approved or rejected. So I'm taking to this SharePoint list where I would be capturing the leave request, and based on the creation of new leave request, the approval flow has to be run on it. So I'm creating a new flow, create a flow, and I would be choosing template which is create item, start approval when item is created. So I'm just clicking on create. I'm just finding that out. Okay, so when an item is created, a custom action has to be fired. So I'm picking up this flow template. So as you can see, I have already created one dummy list with employee name, leave start date, leave end date, manager approval status, HR approval status, and the final outcome. So I'll be creating 2 branches in this flow. So now this is my flow. So in real time, because if our employee is connected to Active Directory, then I can just use the action get manager details. So by using this action and passing the current user, for example, you can pass created by email. So in this the get manager details will be captured, because this environment is my dummy environment, so I will not be having any Active Directory connected to it, so I will not be using it. Instead I'll be directly using the hard-coded values. So in your environment you may use this get manager action. I'm just deleting it for now. So I'm directly using the start approval process. I'm just picking the start and wait for an approval. Now, as I said, I need 2 parallel branches to go from this flow. So I'll just click here and then add a parallel branch. So now you can see these 2 parallel branches are getting added. So one branch is for my manager approval. So I'll just rename it as manager approval task. And in the second branch as well, I'll be just picking up the start and wait for approval. I'll rename it as HR manager approval task. Okay, so now I have 2 parallel branches. Now I can create what kind of action approval type I want. So I want anybody who responded to first should be captured. So in this thing, in this approval thing, I can also assign this to a group, so instead of a single user. So if you see in assign to thing, I can just type the single user per email, or as well as can have the multiple ones, and even I can assign it to the SharePoint group. So in my separate video I have described about how to use the SharePoint group in the approval process, so you may refer to that. So for now I'm just using my account details, and details I'm just typing my custom, please approve my leave. Start date, you can pick the start date from the dynamic fields. Yep. And in the second parallel approval task, I can pick the same, approve reject, first to respond. And in the task manager approval task, and in this task HR manager approval task. And this is also I'm assigning to myself because I'm not having any other user in this my environment. And detail I'm just typing please approve my task. Okay, so now I need to capture the individual actions in my SharePoint list. So I'll be just adding one condition where I would be capturing the outcome. I will be typing outcome of this task, and if the outcome of this task is approved, then I would be just updating my item with manager approval status thing. So I can use this, and if I don't want to capture any individual actions, then I can leave it as is and can just delete this action. And as in final one, so I'll be using one condition because I need to capture the overall outcome of this task. So now what outcome, what decision manager has taken or what decision HR manager has taken has to be captured and decided over so that the final status can be updated. So I'm just using the dynamic content, the outcome. So outcome, this outcome belongs to my manager. So if my manager approves the task, and the outcome for the HR manager, if the HR manager also approve the task, then I will update the final status in SharePoint item, which is update item, SharePoint item. I'll just pick my site and the list name, ID. I'll be choosing the ID from dynamic content, title as well from the dynamic content, and as in final status, I'll just, because I'm just capturing approved task, then I'll just make it set as approved. So now my parallel approval flow is ready. So in this flow there are two branches, one parallel branch for manager, one parallel branch for HR department. In the condition, final condition, I'm checking both outcomes, and based on the both outcomes I'm making a decision on the final one. So I'm just saving my flow. So now flow is saved. Okay, and just creating a new test item, creation, and start date, end date, you may capture it. So these fields in practical scenario, these columns would be hidden, so it would not be appearing on the form. So from the content type we can hide it. I'm just, because it's a test, I'm just saving it. I would like to capture, see my flow status. So I'm just going back to my flow. I'm checking for the runs. Okay, so it's running. All right, so I should see two of the tasks created for me. Okay, there are two tasks, manager approval task and one is HR manager approval task. So I am just marking both them as approved. Done. Done. Okay, now the final outcome should be approved. Okay, it's approved. So now it's a practical real-time scenario where we would like to use or leverage the parallel branches. So in this video we learned about how to create the parallel approval branches. So I hope so it would be helpful for you. Thank you.